Is it going to happen that one day we read a news article about you being eaten by one of these bears?
No, you know,
Timothy Treadwell was born in New York City in 1957 and struggled with alcoholism and a lack of purpose for many years. In his late 20s, he discovered a passion for wildlife, especially grizzly bears. After visiting Alaska in the 1990s, he saw bears not as threats, but as misunderstood creatures. This inspired him to protect them from hunters and live among them, documenting their lives to raise awareness. For Treadwell, nature became his salvation. Welcome to Nature's Last Call, the channel where the planet's wildest mysteries meet hard science and urgent truth. In today's episode, we explore the shocking and tragic story of Timothy Treadwell, the man who lived among grizzly bears and met a terrifying end in the Alaskan wilderness. We'll uncover what led to his death, how it happened, and what his story tells us about the wild and our place in it. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Now, let's get started. Life among the bears, courage, controversy, and carelessness. Timothy Treadwell was an American environmentalist and documentary filmmaker known for living among grizzly bears in Alaska. He dedicated his life to protecting these bears and raising awareness about their behavior. His unique approach and close encounters with wildlife made him both famous and controversial. His approach to living among grizzly bears was both courageous and controversial. He spent months at a time in the Alaskan wilderness, camping unarmed and often mere feet away from large bears. He believed that by respecting the animals and showing kindness, he could coexist peacefully with them. Treadwell named many bears and documented their behaviors extensively on film. However, his methods alarmed wildlife experts and park officials, who warned that such close proximity could habituate bears to humans and increase danger for both parties. Despite warnings, Treadwell dismissed concerns, convinced of his unique bond and understanding. His courage bordered on recklessness, as he ignored established safety guidelines. While some bears tolerated him, others showed signs of aggression. This blend of admiration and disregard for danger defined his years in the wild and set the stage for the tragedy that would come. The final season, Signs of Danger. The summer of 2003 marked a troubling shift in Treadwell's experience with the bears. Accompanied by his girlfriend, Amie Huguenard, who joined him on his last 2 seasons, he faced increased risks. Park rangers and visitors reported that a large male bear, later called Bear 141, was behaving aggressively near Treadwell's campsite. Unlike the more tolerant bears Treadwell had previously known, Bear 141 appeared stressed, hungry, and unpredictable. Treadwell recorded footage showing his concern but remained committed to staying despite the dangers. His denial of the increasing risks highlighted a growing disconnect between his perception and reality. The natural changes in the bear population, food scarcity, and bear behavior combined to create a hazardous environment. Still, Treadwell's determination to protect and live with the bears pushed him to ignore these warnings, placing himself and Amie in grave danger during this final season. The night of October 5, 2003. The attack. On the night of October 5, 2003, the serene wilderness of Alaska's Katmai National Park became the scene of a horrifying tragedy. Timothy Treadwell and his girlfriend, Amie Huguenard, were camping in a remote area they had frequented during Timothy's many summers spent observing and living among grizzly bears. Timothy believed he had formed a unique connection with the bears, often staying close to them without fear. However, that night, a large male grizzly known as Bear 141 approached their tent. The bear, likely driven by hunger or to defend its territory, attacked suddenly and violently. Timothy's video camera was still recording, though the lens cap was on, capturing only audio. The haunting sounds reveal the tent being shredded, desperate screams, and frantic voices pleading for safety.
The brain and I hear, Amie, get away, go away.
Timothy's attempts to fend off the bear are audible, along with Amie's terrified screams in the background. The brutal struggle was brief but intense, ending suddenly with silence. This chilling audio stands as a powerful and disturbing reminder of nature's raw force and the danger inherent in close encounters with wild predators. Despite Timothy's deep passion for bears and years of experience, the attack revealed the thin boundary between admiration and fatal risk. The deaths of Timothy and Amie shocked the world, igniting intense debates about the risks of wildlife interaction, human overconfidence, and the need for strict safety measures. Their story remains a haunting testament to the unpredictable and sometimes deadly power of the wild. The aftermath, discovery, and investigation. The morning after the fatal attack, a pilot sent to retrieve Timothy Treadwell and Amie Huguenard made a shocking discovery. A large grizzly bear was seen calmly sitting atop the remains of the two campers. When park rangers arrived, they found the campsite devastated. Torn tents, scattered belongings, and the grim remains of Timothy and Amie partially buried beneath leaves, which is typical bear behavior when feeding. Authorities shot 2 bears suspected of involvement, and one was later confirmed as Bear 141 through forensic evidence, including pieces of clothing and a wristwatch found inside its stomach. The tragedy sparked a full-scale investigation by the National Park Service and wildlife experts. Timothy's long history of living among the bears and his deep passion for protecting them was carefully examined. While he had spent over a decade gaining intimate knowledge of grizzlies and advocating for their preservation, his unconventional methods, including camping in close proximity to wild bears without adequate safety measures, raised serious concerns. Experts debated whether Treadwell's close interaction with the bears contributed to the fatal attack. The incident serves as a haunting reminder of the delicate balance between human curiosity and respect for the wild, illustrating the dangers that come with crossing boundaries in nature. Timothy's story remains both inspirational and tragic. Public reaction, media frenzy, and ethical questions. News of Timothy Treadwell's death quickly captured global attention, fueled by the man's fame as the Grizzly Man. Media outlets raced to uncover details, some requesting the release of the disturbing audio recording of the attack. However, many, including park officials and Treadwell's friends, urged caution out of respect for the victims and concern about traumatizing the public. Filmmaker Werner Herzog, who had worked with Treadwell's footage to create the documentary Grizzly Man, listened to the tape and described it as unlistenable and inhuman. He strongly opposed making it public. The ethical debate around showing such raw material highlighted tensions between public curiosity and sensitivity toward human tragedy. The story sparked widespread discussion about human interaction with dangerous wildlife and the risks of crossing nature's boundaries. Ultimately, the tragedy became a somber lesson shared through media and documentaries rather than sensationalized spectacle. Legacy and lessons learned. Timothy Treadwell's life and death have left a profound legacy in wildlife conservation and public awareness. His passionate devotion to grizzly bears inspired many to appreciate these powerful animals and understand their ecological importance. However, his fatal error in underestimating nature's dangers underscored vital lessons. Conservationists emphasize the importance of maintaining safe distances and respecting wildlife's natural behaviors. Treadwell's story serves as a cautionary tale against human hubris when confronting the wild. Katmai National Park responded to the tragedy by tightening regulations, increasing ranger patrols, and educating visitors about bear safety to prevent future incidents. His footage and story remain a powerful reminder that love for nature must be balanced with respect and caution. Timothy's legacy endures not only in the awareness he raised, but also in the hard-earned wisdom from his tragic mistake. Reflecting on Timothy Treadwell, a complex legacy. Timothy Treadwell's story is one of passion, tragedy, and controversy. He was a man who defied norms, choosing a perilous life in close proximity to some of the most dangerous animals in the world. His bond with the bears was genuine but ultimately flawed, shaped by a mix of love, obsession, and denial. His death forced society to reflect on human relationships with nature, the allure of wildness, and the fine line between respect and recklessness. Treadwell's narrative is both inspiring and cautionary. It challenges us to appreciate the wild on its own terms and to recognize the limits of human control. The public continues to debate whether his story is one of heroism or foolishness. What remains certain is that Timothy Treadwell's life and death remind us that nature's power demands humility, and that crossing into the wild without respect can have devastating consequences. Always respect wildlife from a safe distance and never underestimate the power of wild animals. Proper knowledge, caution, and following park guidelines are essential to stay safe in nature. Remember, no passion is worth risking your life. Wild animals belong in their natural habitat, not close encounters. If Timothy Treadwell's story moved you, it's a powerful reminder of the delicate balance between humans and nature, and the risks we take when we try to get too close. Share this story, leave your thoughts below, and help spread awareness about wildlife conservation and respecting the boundaries of the wild. Don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening stories from the natural world that challenge what we think we know.